Hey guys, welcome back to Close Gamers. I'm Pete.
I'm Dylan.
I'm McD.
And we're back to react a little bit late here to the Super Bowl trailer that dropped of Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Just full disclosure, Dylan, you've seen this, what, about 20 times?
About 20, 30 times.
Okay.
I've got a lot to say about the trailer.
Nick, you haven't seen it, right? I have not seen it. We all did see, obviously, the 30-second TV spot because we were all watching the Super Bowl.
I missed the TV spot.
Okay, so Nick T missed the TV spot. But Dylan and I saw that, and then Dylan's seen the trailer. So that's a full disclosure thing. But I've not seen the full trailer.
Yeah.
I don't know what happens in this. Dill, you have been pretty vocal in saying that this is like your most anticipated Marvel movie, like of anything that's been announced. Yeah. Why is that? What are you looking forward to?
I think the multiverse gives limitless possibilities. I think we saw that in a very small scale, believe it or not, in No Way Home. Okay. And I say believe it or not because No Way Home was still crazy with everything that happened. But that was in the realm of Spider-Man's universe and world. This is going to be in the realm of everything. And based on some things that happened in this trailer, this movie is going to be freaking crazy. Gotcha. And I kind of, Sam Raimi, obviously, Nick T likes to clown on him for Spider-Man 3, understandably so.
He made the first two, though.
He did make the first two. And he also is known for some of the horror films that he worked on.
Yes.
I think they've kind of rolled back that this is going to be a horror movie.
It was very on that side, and then they kind of changed
There's going to be jump scares. There's going to be creepy horror elements. In fact, at the end of this trailer, we see something that's very creepy looking.
Yes, this should be.
Love that.
So I think it's just going to be unique in that way, and I think this is going to be the movie where people look back and say, wow, this set up so many things that happened.
Kind of, it was
very
the gateway to all of these things coming here in Phase 4.
Yeah.
And we also got a little bit of a taste of that in What If as well.
Yes.
Yeah, we saw that. Nick T, what are you feeling about this?
I'm very excited about it. I'm obviously very excited about, all the other elements entering this world. I'm really interested to see, especially after the short spot that we got at the end of No Way Home. Strange Supreme, maybe some elements of What If could here in this. So I'm very excited to see that.
Yeah, I think they summed up my thoughts pretty well. I think the beautiful thing about this movie, I will say, is you can really do anything and then erase it and just say, that's another universe. Right? So, like, if you don't want to mess up the continuity, you can just give a cool fan service thing or something like that, or something that plays out later down the line, and then just forget about it. So that's what I love about this.
It's Earth 1, whatever. Exactly. It doesn't have to be.
It's a multiverse of madness, right? So we're going to jump into the trailer, so without further ado, here we go.
And
every night, I dream the same dream.
Ooh, I love that.
That mummy-looking thing.
The nightmare begins.
Still has the watch from the accident with Christine and all that.
Maybe ties into the feeling
what
of
I
his
had
character
to
more
do to protect our world.
You cannot control everything, Strange. You opened the doorway between universes.
Oh my god.
But we don't know who or what will walk through it.
Oh, it looks so good.
What do you know about the multiverse?
Liz had his theories. He believed it was dangerous.
Very cool.
He was right.
What's going on there? I like that. Some fantastical elements. That's America Chavez.
Sorry, Stephen.
Cool. Yep. Get you tell I do for back.
Desecration of reality will not go unpunished.
Okay.
You
Tribunal.
should tell him the truth.
Yep.
No.
That sounded like a little Professor X to me.
Patrick
Oh,
Stewart.
Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart. No doubt
Yep.
in my mind.
Sounded like it. Very cool. Two strangers.
Things just got out of
Strange
hand.
Supreme. It's got to be.
Ooh, okay. That was a little Captain Marvel
You
then.
break the rules.
Cool.
What are these monsters?
I do it, I become the enemy.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, love it.
It doesn't seem fair.
So happy she did this. Oh, what a shot.
Oh my god. That is
Wow. That is awesome.
That's some, looks like, was that, Exorcist?
Yeah.
The Is that like a zombie version of him, or
Yeah.
it could be Supreme Strange Strong?
Yeah, could do like some kind of like Cancerverse thing is something I've talked about before.
Oh my god!
Wow. I mean, I'll start with Nick T obviously because Dill, you saw the trailer. What are you thinking if you watch
A lot.
that?
My mind's racing. I mean, there's so much that I
We
probably
probably
missed.
missed,
First,
yeah.
Exactly, but I mean, the first and foremost, right at the gate, Patrick Stewart.
That has to be him, right?
That's
That's 100%.
It's Patrick Stewart. There's not a
100%
doubt in my
him.
mind.
Yeah.
His voice is so recognizable.
And,
It's,
and he's part of like some like tribunal.
no,
it
right?
looks like?
Yeah. Who knows some greater truth that
Ooh.
Strange is not aware of?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I love that.
It looks amazing visually. It's incredible. All of it. I'm at a loss. Like it is. There's a lot to unpack there, and I don't think I can process it fast enough for this.
Yeah.
I'm just hung up on the Patrick Stewart thing.
Yeah, I mean,
still one
yeah.
of my favorite actors. Like
That's a highlight there. You know, could it be a one-off? Could you bring in the X-Men that way?
yeah,
Yes, I just don't see Patrick Stewart doing that role in a long term, given
right.
obviously his age and
But
stuff.
that's
but
the beauty of it.
you could
It
bring
could.
in mutants somehow. We also, a little spoilers for Eternals. There's some moves there you could do with the Celestials who made mutants in the first place.
Right.
So you can drop some elements there. But even regardless of not thinking X-Men characters in the X-Men, the MCU and the characters that we know that Marvel really has had access to and been planning for years, right?
Yeah.
To do this stuff with Strange, to do this stuff with Wanda,
Yes.
to look like we go back to Westview and her kind of viewing herself and
Right.
kind of the dichotomy between Wanda and the Witch.
Right.
We know where we left off in WandaVision, where she
She's
has
the-
the book.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like, so she has the Darkhold. So, like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of fascinating things. Her kids come into it, into those multiverses there. There look like there's a little Captain Marvel somewhat shot there
Most definitely.
as well. Is that ours? Is that another's? I mean, there's 1,000 things to do. We got a little fantastical element there. Very Shang-Chi-like, even though I don't think it's that.
No, I don't.
Of
either.
like you have that ox-looking man gave
Right.
very Narnia vibes.
Yeah.
So when you imagine that's a different dimension.
That's based on the pretext of this. Like, I imagine it's a different dimension, but it's hard to say.
I
So, well,
believe,
you know,
correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that specific character is a Doctor Strange character, so you could write that down below.
really?
I'm almost positive. I'm not super familiar with Doctor Strange comics. I usually only read him when he was in like Avengers or part of the Illuminati.
right.
Certainly need to start reading more.
Yeah.
And then you get a little America Chavez there,
Yeah.
which is a character that is fairly new to comics, has a crazy power set.
She can open portals.
Yeah,
right?
like of opening portals and kind of energy blasts. I love her like denim jacket vibe that
Yeah.
she always kind of has. Obviously brings in kind of the multinationality of the Hispanic kind of area too. So it's a very important character in that way.
Right, of course.
So that's I know she's had some association with Strange before. I just didn't think that if she came in, she'd come in to this movie.
Right, just, like,
So
super hard,
I'm
yeah.
really interested of like how they meet, where that works. Is she from another universe is how they bring it in, or is she from ours? There's a lot of fascinating elements
Right.
there.
And that's sort of the question that's raised in every aspect of this movie. Are the characters we're meeting from our universe?
Right.
Or are they, from somewhere else? Like, where are they coming from for us to meet them here now?
And just to have Trudy tell Edgy 4 come back as Mordo.
Yep.
We know where we left him. I know it was a long time ago. Crazy that the first Doctor Strange was 2016.
Yeah.
But, we know where we left him at the end of it. He was very disillusioned kind of what the Sorcerer Supreme and all that stuff stood for,
Right.
because of what the Ancient One did about borrowing power from the Dark Dimension, which was something he was completely against.
Yeah.
He kind of left that and had this tagline, which was really cool at the end of like, there's too many sorcerers.
Yeah.
Right? So he's kind of on a hunt to eliminate the amount of sorcerers there are. So he's kind of this other floating ancillary kind of villain element
Yeah.
alongside maybe Strange Supreme.
It's like, we haven't even broached
So,
that.
so
really. I
there-
mean,
there's
that's like-
so much happening there. Dill is someone,
Yeah.
now I want to get to you,
Yeah.
who's watched this a million times, probably has watched breakdown videos. Fill us in, man. What are you thinking? What's
Well,
going on?
Yeah, I think it's incredible. I wanted to let you guys talk because obviously my take on it is someone who's watched it not only 20 plus times, but I've seen a lot of discussions. I've taken part in a lot of
It's a little more
discussions.
nuanced.
Yeah, so it's definitely more nuanced. I think something that you guys may have missed, and I think I missed it the first time I watched it too. I think this trailer really heavily hints at Wanda being the main villain of this movie.
Ooh,
A dialogue that you missed because you were reacting to something else. I think you probably caught the last part of it, was she says, "You destroy worlds, you become the hero. I do it, I become the enemy."
I don't think
That doesn't seem fair.
Right.
That whole delivery just seems to me like she's probably going to be the threat in this movie. And she's fighting. Is it a Captain Marvel variant? Is it Monica? Nova, right, is her hero name, right?
Well, usually Spectrum.
Spectrum.
Yeah.
Some people have thought maybe it's Superior Iron Man. I don't know the lore behind
That would
character.
be pretty awesome, but
Yeah.
I doubt it.
So that's just the big, theories that I've been
Yeah.
seeing there. But yeah, she's fighting some crazy being that it looks to me like Captain Marvel. But
I feel like that energy signature is pretty reminiscent of a Marvel family
That's
character.
what I thought
Yes,
as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%. The whole Patrick Stewart thing is crazy.
It's got to be him,
I think
right?
it's definitely him. And it's funny because after Logan, he said he would never do the Professor X again. He felt his character ended perfectly in that movie.
Yes.
But what they probably pitched to him was, hey, this is a different version of Professor X. It's
Right.
not that one.
Exactly.
He's like,
come
all
and
right.
go as he
Yeah.
pleases.
Exactly.
Is this a version of like kind of a variant of the Living Tribunal in Marvel? You have very kind of the robotic like army service there. It looked like seats of 5 people. I wonder if there's a version where he's ascended to kind of the head of that. He probably was going to sit in the middle seat of those 5.
Of course.
That makes me fascinated. It makes me also think, is there anyone else on that panel that will kind of like, I know who that is.
Yeah, I think so. Because if you go back, you can see that you should be able to see who they are, and they're blacked out basically.
Yeah,
I
so
think
that's purposeful.
I think that's very similar to when in the No Way Home trailer, there's other
They
people-
erased,
I think
even though
that's
we
very-
knew because the lizard was fighting someone.
Right,
clearly.
he got punched by someone, so
Yeah.
a kick. So, that's fascinating. I think that's how they're going to bring the X-Men into the world, into our main world. But yeah, there's just a lot of elements in this trailer that are creepy.
Yes.
Obviously,
I
the-
love
this
that. Like,
shot's
look at this,
incredible.
the Sanctum Sanctorum completely
Yeah.
abandoned, empty, everything. There's also this other interesting element of it is that, remember, we had in No Way Home, they outright said, and this was a line that gets kind of forgotten about that shocked me, is Wong is the Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah.
It's not Steven
It's not
anymore.
Steven.
That role is given up now. When he was gone in the 5 years, Wong stepped up. He didn't give that back.
No, he didn't.
We know Wong obviously is a very capable sorcerer. He's not the creativity, I would say, of Steven, right?
Of course.
Which is sometimes good, sometimes bad.
Right.
But and we saw that in No Way Home.
Yeah, it can
but,
be bad.
But Wong is very pragmatic,
Yeah.
right? That's the word I'm trying
That's
to
a
say.
good word, yeah.
And so it's fascinating of like, I felt like there was tiny bits of tension in No Way Home.
Definitely.
I would imagine that's going to be expanded on.
Oh, yeah.
In terms of, because look what he just did in No Way Home.
Right.
He literally just did exactly what Wong told him not to do, and it literally almost went horrifically wrong.
Right. Yeah, whereas Wong's pragmatic, Steven is maybe more creative, maybe stronger, but sometimes reckless or
Yeah.
easily swayed.
And I wonder, like, to you, Dill, as well, like, I wonder how Christine is going to really factor into this. You see the watch here, the connection to his past. What did he have to do that kind of opened all this up? Is those after effects of No Way Home, which we think was solved.
And
so
we know she shouldn't be
so
alive.
what pushed him further? Well, that was in the what if.
Right,
line
but I
of
mean,
it.
does the same type of logic apply? Does that break some kind of code?
I don't know. That Wanda shot there where she's sitting with the candles around her, that felt like a very what if kind of thing there of what Strange Supreme ended up doing. What's this cloud that's descending on all of these people?
Yeah.
What kind of things are we going with?
The last minute of the trailer is where it just gets insane.
Yeah.
This line, your desecration of reality will not go unpunished. That's a great line.
I love that too. The locking of that, like this whole place.
Also, that looks kind of like Ultron.
A little bit, right?
robots.
But like this is what gives you that.
Like Annihilation.
Right, but like that upper echelon, like galaxy ruling.
And pause that right there. Right there's
There's
Jurassic
dinosaurs
Park.
going
that's
on.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
I believe the news that Professor X is going to tell the audience in Doctor Strange.
Right.
I believe that is going to be the first mention in the movies, at least to my knowledge, of the threat that Kang the Conqueror who's supposed
I think
to be
very.
the main.
I think very.
I
much
think
so.
that's
who
the
will
threat.
be introduced to the Ant.
Yes, I think that, and I don't think he's going to be in the movie,
No.
but I think that's going
Maybe
to
a
be
tag
the
at the end.
main message that Professor X
Yes.
sends. This is like Thanos times 20 that can destroy.
Well, remember the
Whatever.
multiverse of
Yeah.
war, right? We've seen that in Loki of what happened. We now know because of what Sylvie and Loki did, really Sylvie,
It all comes around.
that the future is untold,
Yeah.
right? And now a million branches are splitting off. I think that's a great point.
Yeah, that's what I think
Of-
is
Of
gonna
that
happen.
could happen, and I'm very excited for that because of like people like you guys and people, most casual fans and other people out there. Hopefully they do Kang right, they did Thanos right, and you could appreciate just the level of complexity of the villain that he really is.
Yes.
He's one of my favorites. He was one of my first favorite and readable Avengers villains.
Right.
I'm very excited for that.
Yeah.
He has ties to the Fantastic Four.
He's tied to
I mean,
everybody
there's
because
so
of
much
the
there.
implication of what he is.
Yeah.
And he's so like at least the version we saw is so personable. Like I think he's going to be a very interesting character. And I'm
And people clowned on that version a lot. You have to remember there's
Countless.
millions of versions
Yeah,
of
right.
that.
Yeah,
This is
actual
someone
infinite.
who was literally by themselves for like tens of thousands of
Yeah.
years theoretically. So like you would be a little bit cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, right?
Yeah.
The Kang that you meet, as he warned at the end of that, was like, they're not going to be as nice as me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You think I'm bad, you should meet my other selves.
Yeah,
That's going to be more the Kang.
That's what we're gonna
that
get.
see. So I think that is a great point
yeah.
of what we could possibly see. You have all
Creepy
these
shot.
these shots here too, because I'm trying to see like who that was that he was kind of
I
fighting
think it
with
was
there.
Yeah, that's obvious.
I love
we
that-
had that scene.
I love the
already.
good, like that's Captain Marvel, right? I mean, like come on.
Yeah,
But I
don't
love the
know.
graying out of the Strange
I think it's
Supreme.
American
Yeah.
Chavez who he's holding.
Yeah, it
in
might
that-
be because of the denim jacket.
yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I love that, like his skin look like that. That's got to be her.
Yeah, it's got to be.
And
Fighting
that,
the-
like that looks awesome. You see like a lot of these, like what realm it is. This is a monster.
That was in What If, right?
Not entirely. It's actually a little known monster that comes out of Namor comics. Namor the Submariner. He's the Aquaman of the Marvel universe.
Oh.
There's some rights issues there in terms of I forget who owns him. It's not entirely owned by Marvel.
Oh.
So there's some issues there of introducing that character. There's been rumors that have they made a deal
Maybe
or
they're
gotten
acquiring
those
it.
rights back. That's our first touch of Namor.
So
A little bit. They referenced kind of like there was a thing, I think, in Iron Man 2 that had like a little dot where Atlantis was in the Marvel comics of like instances where things happen. That's where Wakanda's dot was there too. And
Right.
we saw how that played out.
Right.
So could Namor come around? A character that's been associated with the Illuminati before,
Yes.
very different than Aquaman. He's a major dick. So, that would be fascinating to see if that ever plays out. I would love, we're introducing the supernatural elements and all that into this world. We introduced Atlantis at some point. That shot is incredible. Wanda with the
Yeah.
Oh my
blood.
God.
Yeah.
I love that. And
And
then
what
you
are
have like
these,
these
like, Death Eater
Dementors,
looking
right?
ones?
Death
Yeah.
Eaters. This is an incredible shot of like
Yeah.
a zombie
He
strange with the
literally looks
multiple
like
arms.
the Exorcist. I
We've
love it.
seen him do that multiple arms thing trick
Yeah.
before. We saw that in Infinity War. This is obviously
Yeah.
he's been corrupted.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that's our Strange for the record.
Probably not.
I think it's Supreme Strange
Yeah.
or a different
Could
variant.
be a different Strange.
Didn't
Could be
see
a
it-
zombie what if Strange.
We didn't see Defender Strange in the trailer, but we know he's in this movie, which is interesting.
Yeah.
How did you know that?
that was announced by Marvel a
Oh,
few
okay.
months ago.
We also know that I believe I know some people poo-pooed this. I really think some of that
Tobey
what,
Maguire.
that what it could be that those rumors have existed.
I know,
There's also
I know.
Deadpool rumors out there
Well,
as well.
so I wasn't going to actually bring this up, but on a new promotional poster that they revealed when they
Yeah.
revealed this trailer,
It's just, is it real? Is it not?
Deadpool. No, it's on their official Twitter page.
Yeah.
Deadpool is whispering if you zoom in on the
Yeah.
top left.
I don't know if they're trolling you.
They
or
might be
what.
trolling. It's very
Yeah.
Deadpool-like to troll, right? Even in his own reality.
So that would be fascinating how that plays out. They really could do anything, but I think
Yeah.
also too, like, we left the zombie Wanda
Yeah.
also behind in What If.
She's alive, yeah.
That could possibly come in. Maybe that's Strange somehow. Like, so there's so many ideas. There's
Yeah.
so many characters that could show up for 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And like it means so much. And this movie, and I think why a lot of people, especially you, are excited for it, is that you're gonna branch almost every other movie off of what takes place in this.
Yeah.
This is the
And I
example
love
of
that.
Yeah.
And I love that Marvel is going into new territory because they need to keep it fresh.
Of course.
And we're doing supernatural, we're doing horror, we're doing mystic things with like Moon Knight coming.
Sci-fi elements.
Sci-fi elements, like we're diving into areas that we haven't gotten to before. And it's like, hey, you thought, it was weird of super soldier serums and men in iron suits. How about this?
Yeah.
How about werewolves and other dimensions and like this crap that's just crazy? And those are other corners of the Marvel universe that have
Definitely.
always existed
Right.
that no one, including myself, ever thought would be brought onto the big screen.
Yeah, they're finally being adapted. Right
And hey,
here.
we're in 2022 and in less than 3 months this dropped.
I'm still so pissed and upset that COVID robbed us of seeing No Way Home together with like 7 other friends
I know,
Yes.
in
that
a
was-
packed theater opening
Yeah.
weekend.
Yeah,
Um,
sucks.
This is one we have to see in a packed
We
theater.
have to
And we
see in a
will.
packed theater, and also too, we got screwed in a lot of ways. Remember with COVID, we were supposed to originally in the original schedule watch WandaVision 3 months later. This came out, so like we were
Right,
supposed to go
right.
bang bang.
And
Right.
that the impact.
And like now
already
we're a
is felt.
year and a half after WandaVision ended, and it's like, damn, we've had to wait all this time
Yeah.
to see this. So I think the wait is going to be worth it.
I think she's the main villain of the movie.
I
really
think
do.
it's a possibility.
I'm
So
excited to see
so
what
how do you
else.
think Strange Supreme factors in? Like she's going to kill him?
I think Strange Supreme will probably be a side villain. I think there's going to be a lot of threats that they're
You
going to
have
have
the
to deal
Mordo
with.
element there.
Yeah, there's
like
a lot
there's
of elements.
There's
so
a
much
lot
going
of
on.
things in play.
I love it.
Also, when she goes back to that house in Westview and you see she's crying on the floor,
Yeah.
I can see that being a different Wanda that she sees having a fun and happy life, the
Yes.
life she wishes she
Yes.
had,
Yeah.
and that's why you have
I mean,
the two
she's
Wandas.
still suffering. That's why she's in isolation. She's obviously torturing herself, whether she knows it or not,
Vision's
with her
still
children.
alive.
Yeah.
The Vision is still alive. That she's not really aware of that Vision.
Right.
She mentions Viz in this trailer of talking about the multiverse.
Right.
I mean, he could be someone
He could be in it,
who
yeah.
pops
Yeah.
up
Oh,
in
yeah,
this. Like, you
definitely.
know,
I mean,
I think
the one
it's-
that we have already could pop in this one. The one that's
Yeah.
a lot. I mean, he's not our Vision. He's like a copy
well,
of him. But
yeah,
he is,
but he did get most of the memories back,
Yeah.
so he's kind of like Vision who has to rediscover himself. But
Exactly.
he basically is our
He
Vision.
basically is.
Oh man, yeah.
There's a lot. There's a lot of elements.
So that's our thoughts, I think, guys, here on
Yeah.
the trailer, the first really official trailer to Doctor Strange's Multiverse of Madness. Let us know what you thought of this trailer in the comments below. I guarantee you're going to point out stuff that we missed.
Yeah.
So write that down below, just
There's
in a
so much to
respectful
talk about.
manner.
Yeah.
There's a ton to talk about. Like the video, subscribe channel, share with your friends if you'd be so kind. And until next trailer reaction, thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Thanks.